Yeah,
Yeah.
and John, I'll tell you where I'm coming from with the Goff stuff, because for a while there, and I said it, Goff to me, I called him the Mackinac Bridge of quarterbacks. That's what I called him verbatim. And now that we've gotten to this point, really what's helped change my tone on Goff is seeing him win games and he be the reason you win games. That's, to me, especially in the
Yeah.
playoffs, that's been the difference. Like before, I'm thinking, guys, we'll get to the playoffs. I'll judge this man by the playoffs, and that's how you should judge Jared Goff. If you're talking about a future contract extension. But watching that game against the Bucs, watching their inability to run the football, watching Jared Goff step up, make plays, and he did it against the Rams as well, and they didn't run the football great in the second half. To me, I'm looking at this like, okay, you can win with this guy. You can win with this guy. And I think for me, I'm beyond the point of should you pay him or should you not. I'm with paying him. I think you have to. It's a proven commodity for a team that's only ascending. The worst thing in the world would be to get rid of Goff, welcome in a Hendon Hooker, and there's regression. And then everybody's pissed, and this whole thing, it deflates like a balloon. So that's where I'm at. I'm with Goff, and I want your just confidence level, because you're all right about the offensive line. This team will go as far as this offensive line will take them. That is a fact. And I think with Frank Ragnow banged up, thank God he played again. That was, I thought he was out. I was worried. I was sweating. Jonah Jackson, it's a tremendous loss. It's bad for the Detroit Lions, but still, at least you have Frank. What's kind of your confidence level with this offensive line? Because you're right. If Jared's protected this game, they're going to score points. But boy, if they can get pressure, if you can't run the football, now we're talking about a recipe for disaster potentially.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be key. I think that clearly Frank Ragnow, one of the most gritty individuals in the history of football. I mean, if you don't come off the field with a fractured throat a couple of years ago and you're just dealing with all this stuff, he's a gamer, man. He just wants to get out there with the boys. He'll be out there. You recognize, okay, if you're going to have a situation in which you know that you're going to have issues from the left side, you can scheme up some things to kind of protect Jared Goff. And boy, what better person than Ben Johnson to be able to, hey, early on, the Detroit Lions are going to need to run the ball, just establish it a little bit so that you can get the play action. This is going to be key, I think, with this offensive line. When you look at those linebackers that the 49ers have, obviously you don't want Nick Bosa to feast on Jared Goff. You go right up the middle, man. You go right behind Frank Ragnow, and you pound that rock with Montgomery as well. Don't forget about David Montgomery. I think that there's some times where unsung heroes emerge in games where we're all thinking Gibbs and St. Brown and Williams. You know what? Give the ball to David Montgomery. Let the man eat early on, and I think you'll get some rewards. Because, look, over the middle, the short passing game, those linebackers can wreck it. Arik Armstead, oh, my God, he could cause some damage. You don't want to go at him. You don't want to go at some of these guys on the 49ers defense, who everybody says probably the toughest defense the Lions faced since the Jets last year. Better than the Bucs. They're stout. They're aggressive. They're violent. So that offensive line, definitely you're going to need Penei Sewell to handle his business and make sure that Jared Goff is protected. But they've done it all year. And if they go out there and handle their business and you get this offense rolling, the momentum, I think one of the early key things is if the Lions get the ball first, that's golden. You don't want the 49ers getting the ball first and taking a 7-0 lead. Yeah, at home. You get a little bit of momentum. You get some of those bullshit calls that these refs want to be doing. And you recognize you don't want to get down 10-0, 14-0 on the road. You want that ball first. You want to score that touchdown, and you want to keep it moving. Get that crowd out of the game.